Hi, hi, my baby boos out there. I'm your goddess now, Sky, here with Chuckaman. We're reacting to a fan request.
The B-17 that flew without a cockpit.
While we were down in Denver for our vacation at Etchy, the Etchy convention, someone posted on one of my videos that he wanted to see us react to something about a B-17.
Egypt has 100 times stricter borders.
Ah.
But yeah, a lot of the B-7, like, I think my former boss I used to roll papers for, his grandfather, like, somehow survived. He lived through all this. Like, he was actually in the gun turret.
Huh.
And by the way, it's so cramped, you don't have a parachute.
Oh.
And that was the first thing that they would aim for when they were shooting.
So wait, what?
Yeah, well, it's the gun turret. That's when
So it's like oh god, what was the show that I watched recently that had this? So basically, you got the pilot, and then you got someone manning the turret.
Yeah, they have turret. They have someone they probably have co-pilot. They probably have someone in the front turret, someone in the gun turret, someone in the back turret.
Oh, there's
a whole crew of people in this.
Huh.
10th of July, 1944, a thunderous evening, cruising at 25,000 feet.
And also let you know, the B-17 was not a pressurized cockpit, so they had to wear oxygen masks. They had to wear coats up there because it got so, like when we went up to the mountain. That was at 15,000 feet or 14,000 feet.
Oh, so it was like super cold up there.
And lack of oxygen, so they had to wear oxygen masks up there.
Right. Doesn't that kind of go with most planes like that?
Well, most planes are pressurized cabins. Like when you go on a commercial jet, that's a pressurized cabin. So it's sealed. So that's what keeps the pressure so that we can breathe and also we don't freeze to death.
Oh. I thought that since the Gazans are mostly Egyptian, they will let them in Gaza. Huh. About that last video.
Ewald Swanson of the 400...
Sorry, I gotta fix something real quick. It's like real quiet. I think the volume got turned down.
I kept poking it.
Yeah, you're turning it down when you're doing it.
I can't help it. With the thingy falls out of my ear, I kind of
bomb
figure
group
out the thing.
was pilot of a B-17G Flying Fortress, nicknamed Mizpah. Its tail number 4232109. Their mission was to strike at the very heart of the Nazi stronghold in Budapest, Hungary. The formation consisted of 60 flying fortresses, and as they entered Hungary...
Hey, B-But's here! B-Butt. Welcome, B-Butt.
They were bombarded by relentless curtains
plane
of thick flak. Explosions erupted all around Mizpah, shredding the tail section and punching holes into the battle-worn wings. Nonetheless, the B-17 formation presses through the initial flak bombardment and heads inbound towards their main target, the Ferencváros railroad yards. This was one of the most heavily defended and strategically vital targets of the late war, critical for the movement of troops, equipment and oil, keeping the German war machine alive. Now, just seconds away from the target, Bombardier 2nd Lieutenant Kenneth Dudley lines up the Sperry bomb site and successfully releases their bombs. All of a sudden, chaos erupts. A Flak 88 round lands square on the nose of Mizpah. The nose explodes, vaporizing the bombardier and the navigator, whilst covering the front of the fortress in blood. The nose peels off above the aircraft, and shrapnel from the cockpit ricochets throughout the cabin, piercing wing gunner Sergeant Wesley Tucker in the chest. The inside temperature plummets to a freezing minus 30 degrees. Due to the extreme damage, the center of gravity shifts to the tail, causing the fortress to pitch up into a vertical. They were mere seconds away from stalling out and entering a death spiral. Astonishingly, First Lieutenant Ewald Swanson, despite no longer having a cockpit, regains control of the battered...
Wow!
Yeah.
Okay. So the cockpit's gone, and the front bombardier guy, they're both dead, but someone was able to go from one of the other shooty areas and somehow control this thing?
B-17 and re-enters the formation. The crew of a nearby B-17, nicknamed Yvonne, couldn't believe what they were seeing. A blood-soaked B-17 without a nose
normal
pulls up
situation
alongside
to work
them
under.
in one of the
That's what's left of the plane. It
most
is
haunting
flying.
sights of the war.
How?
Mizpah was
They call
strangely
them the
flying
flying
as
fortress,
if
they're
nothing
not
had happened.
kidding.
What was happening inside the B-17 was even more
I
impressive,
need to go to sleep.
since
Have a
there was
good
no
night. Good
cockpit
night.
or
Good
control
night, take care. Thank you for telling us about that video. I still needed better context on it, though.
column left to maneuver the aircraft. Under the screaming command of pilot Swanson, the crew had begun to fly the aircraft by pulling the exposed control cables by hand. Despite having lost a significant part of the aircraft, this flying fortress and its injured crew refused to
Wow, that's a skilled person they had on board the plane. Smart thinker, just woof. Well, basically, it's called the power of will, and probably a moment of pure adrenaline. Oh yeah, I mean, if you lost your pilot and your co-shooter thingy, you're spiraling down. You don't want to die, so yeah, you got to figure out
It's like-
something.
It's like that one AI video we laughed at. I'm going to heaven with violence.
Going to heaven with violence.
go down, a symbol of unwavering
You ain't
courage
going out
and
fighting, I'm going out
indomitable
fighting.
machine spirit.
Yeah.
However, over 200 Flak 88 guns still had their sights set on the formation.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, another explosion rattles the B-17.
Oh,
A flak
fuck.
barrage destroys their number 2 engine as the fortress begins to lose power and airspeed. With the nose blown off and an engine gone, Mizpah and her
trust the
crew,
heart
through
of
sheer
the
determination
cards.
and will, kept the aircraft airborne. However, the effects of drag from all the damage received was increasing by the second. Mizpah had fallen far behind the formation by now. For a perilous 10
Sheesh.
minutes, the crew battled the control cables to get as far away from the hornet's nest as possible.
Yeah, stop picking on the poor wounded one.
Basically,
Basically, you say, well, fuck it. Time to try something we don't have to lose. We have nothing to lose. Like the meme. He got sleep 2 days. I have to pray time to take down God.
Now, over Dunavex, Hungary, pilot Ewald Swanson informed his crew to immediately bail out whilst he held it steady. 7 crew members successfully
Ooh.
bail out of the aircraft.
That's
Swanson could no longer tame the crippled fortress on his own. Immediately, the B-17 pitches up, trapping Swanson inside the fuselage. He grabs
Uh-oh.
the parachute and keeps it close to him, waiting for the B-17 to stall out. As the fortress comes to a standstill, Swanson takes the opportunity to jump out of the front, but just as he does, his chute catches the torn metal of the cockpit, ripping
Oh, well.
well, I'm gonna go with he lived if we're hearing the story.
But just why? But have passed very mysterious words.
through the fabric with brutal force. This was a blessing in disguise, however, as if the fabric hadn't torn, he would have gone down with the ship, pinned by centrifugal forces. Swanson is violently flung back, narrowly missing the tail section of the B-17. The young
So he coulda got
pilot
shredded.
momentarily passes out, whilst falling out the sky from 20,000 feet.
60 seconds to
When he
impact.
opened his eyes, he was seconds away from hitting the ground.
Well, that's a fucking way to wake up.
Don't need Folgers in your cup.
I wonder.
First Lieutenant.
No. If you were in this situation, would you just shit yourself?
Still be fighting.
Well, yeah, but I would just shit in myself
opens his
too.
parachute, but notices that it had sustained significant damage. The
Ew.
chute was not slowing him down enough for a
60
safe landing.
seconds.
The landing was going to be brutal, one that he was unlikely to walk away from or eat.
It's like the guy that lost his leg and that made it better to fly because he didn't suffer of the G-forces because the blood did the way more fast. Blah, blah, blah.
Even survive. By sheer luck, on the way down, he spots what he believed to be an enemy POW camp in the middle
Wow.
of a dense forest. Swanson positions himself on top of the trees by the camp, hoping it would break his fall. Several seconds later, he crashes into the dense treetop. First Lieutenant Swanson suffers a broken left leg alongside deep tissue cuts from the tree
He
branches.
survived
Against
with a
all
lock.
odds, he survives the
Yeah.
landing. The German medics of the POW camp quickly spot Swanson's body in the brush and recover him. They administer life-saving first aid to the young pilot.
Oh, that's nice.
It's rules of war. I mean,
Rules of war, really? To even take care of enemies?
yeah.
Huh. Oh, at least. Do you think they would do something like that nowadays? I feel like now.
Even today's, yeah, that's still
As
a
at this
Geneva
point,
Convention.
stared death in the face and kept going. In fact, to his amazement, he finds out that the entire crew of his B-17 had survived. His crew
That's
were
good.
captured nearby, only to meet up at the
Yay.
same camp their pilot had somehow ended up at. A happy accident, as they put it. The crew would endure 9 long months through the harsh cold winter at the POW camp. On the 30th of April, 1945, US troops would liberate
But not
Yay!
all.
Look at. Did you see those people? Do I go back? Yeah, right there. Look at those skinny models. Look at those sexy women.
Yeah, well, obesity wasn't a thing back then.
US troops would liberate the crew of Mizpah. The war
Yeah, in civil times, because in those times there was honor, and because they only had doing their work, they are soldiers, and also they used to exchanges and have enemies also to show mercy. Yeah, I see those sexy Marines. Better game is game. It's good the crew survived too.
And
Yeah.
that's why we had a baby boom after World War II. Nobody was ugly back then.
Point.
for these young men had finally come to an end. The 8 survivors would return home to the USA that night. Ewald Swanson's bravery that day would earn him the prestigious rank of Lieutenant Colonel before his retirement from the United States Air Force. After the war, he
Good
returned to
man.
a quieter life, marrying his beloved Catherine
Aw.
Swanson and raising a son together at Michigan, USA. Yet, it was the bond with his B-17 crewmates that remained closest to his heart.
Yeah. If you and 7 other guys had an experience like that, you guys would be best friends for life. You would just at that point just be blood brothers.
Yeah, you would.
In the decades that followed, they would often reunite, old warriors with weathered hands and bright eyes, sharing stories of impossible missions and the unbreakable brotherhood they forged when they were barely more than kids. Swanson would pass away peacefully on the 28th of February 2009 at the age of 89.
Damn.
Also, fun
89.
fact, they were up to.
Also, fun fact, there was a up of 34% notice in
French.
France for the years. They discover the reason was the band Scorpions, because the song "Still Loving You," huh? Yeah, they had to break dance parties, and he got a happy ending. Good for him. Yeah.
Remembered not only as a war hero, but as the only known pilot to have ever flown an aircraft without a cockpit.
Yeah.
Only Mizpah and the men
That's
who
some
dared
skill.
to ride her into hell and back could ever truly understand
The whereabouts of their beloved B-17 Mizpah is unknown. The remains of her crew are yet to be found. Second Lieutenant Joseph H. Henderson, Navigator KIA, Second Lieutenant Kenneth W. Dudley, Bombardier KIA. Their sacrifice deserves to be remembered. How many learn of it depends on you. Honor them and leaving a free leaving a free like, comment, and subscribe. Keep their story alive forever.
Alright, so that was that. Playing situation sounds like a level up of a video game. But yeah, that was...
Hold on. No.
What that meant.
Give it a like.
Only 4.2% of the viewers watching this video are subscribed.
Of course. The classic, only certain amount of people are subscribed. I gave you a like.
Alright.
That's my move. Well, thank you for joining us for this video. Love ya, bye. What's next?
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.